Hi guys, welcome back to Gurutech networking training. So in this video, we're going to do wireless LAN controller configuration using the third method. So I've done two videos on the same wireless LAN controller where we had method 1, method 2, and today we're going to do the last and the best method, method 3, which is currently used in the market. So I plead with everyone who is watching this video. This is going to be a very long video because I would like to present it in a very slow manner that everyone grasps every concept that I'm going to include in this video. So please be very patient in this video. And if you're new to this channel, or even if you're not subscribed to our channel, please do us that favor. Hit on the subscribe button, like this video, drop a comment below, and share with others so that they can also benefit from this video. It's a really you will rarely find such videos on YouTube. More so, the method 3, you will find it and you won't find it easily. Method 3 is one of the most widely used one. Okay, and I would like to do it perfectly. Okay, all right. So let's start. Wireless LAN controller. If you see this topology here, I mean, if you see on my screen, you can see I have at least 4 departments, and each department is in a separate VLAN and a separate network segment. In the previous methods, we never did this. Alright, so meaning this is a very important video, how you can segment your wireless network. So in method 3, actually we're going to segment our wireless network. Alright, okay, so let's start. First, I'll need a switch. Just choose a normal switch that you normally choose. Yes, that switch. Okay. All right. So after choosing a switch, let me just put it somewhere here. Yep. After choosing the switch, now we go ahead to choose. We need a router because we have multiple VLANs. So we either use multi-layer switch or we use the normal switch with the router. And in this case, allow me to use the router. Okay, so I'll just take any router 2911 and I put it there. Good. All right, so the third thing that I need a server because these guys here, they'll need IP addresses. So we plug in a server there. Maybe I take it there. So maybe let me just drag this one up. Yes, somewhere there. Yep. So I have a server, I have a router to do interval routing, I have a switch here. Okay, then now we go to the wireless LAN controller. Just go to here and go to wireless devices, and in this case, guys, now it's different. We are going to choose the latest version of the wireless LAN controller. Remember, I said that this is the widely used method, and we're going to configure. We're going to present it in a way that it's what is there in the market currently. Okay, so we use the latest devices. Okay, so just choose 3504 and put it here. Right? Okay. So after choosing the latest wireless LAN controller, now we go and choose the access points. Also, the access point, you're going to choose the latest. Choose this one, 3702, and put it at every department. Alright, so we have selected all the required devices in this topology. So what's remaining are just end devices. And for end devices, I just include one wireless device per department just to demonstrate. So let's just use tablet, no problem with the tablet. Okay, so I have included all the devices required for this topology, and what I'm going to do is just connect. So for connection, we use automatic. Just use automatic. That's okay, and start from up going down. Okay, so as you can see, I have actually connected the devices and also renamed the access point. I ensure you rename the access point because for us to easily identify them here, they should have a unique name, okay? Just ensure you rename them, okay? All right. Then there's something that I was forgetting. I will have a management VLAN. I will have a management VLAN. So for that one, I will include something here. I will include a PC. I will include a PC here. Should I just do away with one department and place a PC? Yes, let me just do away with the, sorry. Let me do away with the admin department and make it as the management VLAN, okay? So just make it management VLAN. MGT plus native. I'll make them, in this scenario we need a native VLAN. So for that one, I'll just make management and native to be the same thing. Well, I tried to do my research on how I can separate them, but I was not achieving the desirable result. So at this level, I just need to combine them. And if I maybe in future I get an idea on how to do that, I'll record a video. But as per now, we're going to combine management and native VLAN. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, these are management and the native VLAN. Okay. All right. So what I'll do actually is to maybe let the management and native VLAN to be VLAN 50. Yes, change it to 50 there. Yep. All right. So without any further ado, let's start configuration. What I'll need to reiterate, all of the ports you see here will be trunk. The ports that are connected to the APs, the port that connects to the wireless LAN controller, and the port that connects to the router should always be trunk. Okay? Alright, so that's the first thing that we're going to do. Any port that connects to AP or wireless LAN controller or the router will always be trunk. So let's just read them. FA0/1 to FA0/6. So when I go to that switch, that's the first configuration that we need to do. Enable config T, right? Then interface range FA0/1 to 6. Okay. Switch port mode trunk. Okay. Okay. Then because we add a native VLAN, we bind the native VLAN on those interfaces. Okay. So just say switch port native, sorry, let me just query. So just say switch port trunk native VLAN to be VLAN 50. Oh, we've not created VLAN 50, right? So we can just do it here, but I advise that we do VLANs first. And that's why I normally like to highlight the steps, but today I've forgotten to highlight the steps. Yeah. So what should we do? I always like to go the right way. Yep. So let's create all the VLANs first. Let's create VLAN 10, 20, 30, and 50. So VLAN 10, we name it as IT. VLAN 20, we name it as HR. Okay, so as you can see, we've created all the VLANs and given the appropriate names. Okay. All right. So we can just go back to on this range, on this interface, and after going back there, now we can assign the native VLAN. Okay. Switch port trunk native switch port. Let me just start afresh. Switch port mode trunk. Okay. Then switch port trunk native VLAN to be VLAN 50. Good. Exit and do that. So on this switch, we've created VLANs, right? VLAN 10, 20, 30, and 50. And all of these ports here, they are trunks, and the native VLAN is VLAN 50. Very important. Very important in that case, right? Okay. So we're done here. We're done here. Okay. We're done on this switch. So we climb up on the router to do interval routing. Okay. So this interface here, as you can see, it's gig. It's actually gig 01. So I just go to that switch and we go to gig 01 and turn it on. Also gig 00, which is connected to the server on the other side, this one, ensure to turn it on. Yep. Then come to command prompt and exit. Then we go to gig 01. Gig 01 is the one that connects to our inside LAN, to our LAN, right? Okay. So gig 01 and gig 00. So I forgot to write network on this side. So there we can maybe give a network, or maybe it has a network of 192.168. Maybe 1.0/24. That's okay. That's okay. Our main concern is not how to do proper subnetting right now. I just want you to understand how to do the best method of wireless LAN controller configuration, right? Okay. Okay, so this gig 00. Let's start with gig 00. Go to gig 00 and we assign that IP address .1.1. Okay. Separate mask comes on its own. That's okay. Right. So we've assigned this interface 1.1. Okay. Right. That's okay. Then now let's go to this interface to do interval routing. So the interface there is gig 0/1. Okay, this interface. So let's start with VLAN 10. Okay, so interface gig 0/1.10 for VLAN 10. Okay, then encapsulation .1q VLAN 10 associated to VLAN 10. Okay, then give it IP address. So that this interface will be the default gateway of VLAN 10. So the default gateway there will take the first available IP address, which is 192.168.10.1. That means subnet mask of 255.255.255.0, and you hit enter. And because the server is here, we want this server to act as our DHCP server. Okay, so we have to tell this default gateway that whenever you receive any request for IP, forward that request to this guy here. So we just say IP helper address to be the IP address of this server. I've not configured it, but let's assume it's one. Oops. Let's just assume it's where it is. We are here. Yeah. Let's just assume it was 192.168.1. Maybe 5. 5 is okay. Yeah. 5 is okay. That's okay. Yep. Exit. So we do the same for VLAN 20 and 30. But when we get to VLAN 50, I will include that something. So let's do VLAN 20 and 30 very, very fast. Then we reach to VLAN 50 and I discuss something also. Okay, so I've done for VLAN 10, 20, and 30. Ensure all your data is correct. If you miss something, you're going to miss a lot. So ensure you are very accurate. Ensure that the encapsulation binds to VLAN 30, then the subnet of VLAN 30, but this one remains the same because our DHCP server is only one. Okay. All right. So I said that when we reach to VLAN 50, I will pause and we do it together slowly. Okay. So I go to VLAN 50, encapsulation. dot 50. Okay, for VLAN 50. Then we bind to VLAN 50 the way we were doing before. Okay, good. Then we assign it IP address the way we're just doing. Okay, just the way we're doing. Then we just give a DHCP relay, that's okay. Then the final command now. The final command is just this one, but we had something. So I could have done it before I did this. So let's just add it here. So the final command will just say encapsulation .1Q50 native, because that's our native VLAN. So I could have done this. I could have done actually this before adding the two, but no problem. As long as it's here, it will work. Okay, exit and do right. So do show start. So when you go to the sub interfaces here, you will see they are here. The 4, 10, 20, 30, and 50. But now the difference comes in when VLAN 50 is encapsulated with a native VLAN, right? Okay, that's okay. That's all. That's all. I think that's all in the router. That's all we can do in the router. Then we go here to configure DHCP server. Click on the DHCP server. Come to desktop, come to IP. Remember, here on the router, we indicated that the DHCP server should have an IP address of 1.5. So 192.168.1.5. Then don't forget the default gateway, the IP address of this guy here. Okay, all right. The next server, I just want the next server to be the DHCP server itself. Okay, then close and just test if it can ping. If it can ping .1, which is it's this DHCP, I mean default gateway, that's okay. All right, so let's proceed to configure DHCP server. Click here and click on the services, come to DHCP and turn it on, and under default server pool, change everything to 00 and save. So meaning this server pool cannot distribute any IP address. Okay, all right. So we start creating our pools. Start with IT pool. Just modify this one. Okay, just modify. You create by modifying the existing one. So the default gateway of VLAN 10 or the IT pool, you can remember it was 10.1. So I just change this one 10.1. Okay. DNS server, we said DNS server to remain our DHCP server, okay, which is 1.5. Okay, then start distributing IP address from 192.168.10.10, maybe .11 is okay, yeah, from such that we reserve from 1 to 10, yeah, and the separate mask is class C, so we have no problem with that one. So oops, sorry, yep. And the maximum number of maximum number of users we want to allocate. Let's just use 200 per department. Okay, all right. Okay, then the most important thing, because this is a wireless network, we have to indicate that the wireless LAN controller is involved. So you have to include the address of wireless LAN controller, okay, which is very, very important. So let me just comment here. So that guy is having that IP address, and the wireless LAN controller. The wireless LAN controller will be, I repeat, the wireless LAN controller IP address will be under management VLAN. I repeat, the wireless LAN controller will be under management VLAN. Okay, all right. So I want it to be having IP address of maybe .50.50. I mean 50.5. Okay, that's okay. All right, good. So the wireless LAN controller plus all these APs, they will be under management VLAN. Okay, all right. So let's proceed. So we just paste that one there. Oops, sorry. Just wanted to paste it here. It's 50.5, the IP address of the wireless LAN controller. So after you've modified and confirmed that everything is okay, then you add. You don't save, you just add. Okay. All right. Then you come again and modify for HR. You just do the same. HR was 20 here, so just change to everything remains the same. Okay. This remains the same. Select mask remains the same. DNS server remains the same. So whatever you change is only the gateway and the start IP address. Make it a reasonable range. Okay. And you add. So I do the rest very fast. And finally we do management, MGT. Management is of VLAN 50. Yes, so just add. Alright, that's all about the DHCP server configuration, and everything looks fine. Alright, so it's the time. Now we go to this guy and configure it. We have set up the environment as required. So it's the time that we tell this guy that we want it to control our network. So for that one, I'll need a PC and put it here. And we just connect it to this guy here. Yep, just connect that guy there. Alright, so what I do, the first thing, you configure it with the IP address. Its IP address will be this one, right? So I copy that IP address, click on it, come to config, and under management, paste that IP address there. Then our subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Default gateway, you know very well, it's 50.1. The VLAN sub interface, and our DNS server, we said that it remains our DHCP server, so it's 1.5. Okay. All right, good. So we're done with that one. We've configured a IP address to this wireless LAN controller, and it should have the management VLAN. The management, it should be under management network. Okay. All right. So let's configure this PC so that we can obtain the WLC interface from this PC. So just go to that PC, IP configuration, and paste that one, and let's make it .6, being that the other one is .5. Okay. IP default gateway is .1. Right. So let's test it if it can ping the wireless LAN controller. Ping the wireless LAN controller is that one. Yep, so when it pings, just close it. We don't waste time. Just come to a browser, and we actually access the wireless LAN controller interface on our browser. Just paste that one there. So just click on go. So in this scenario, you'll have to wait because this is a wireless LAN controller on a packet tracer. You have to be very patient. It will come eventually, but it will take like 30 seconds. So you just have to wait 30 seconds to 1 minute. Okay, so here it comes. When it comes, you just need to enter. You need to create an account. Create a username, maybe admin. Okay, password of Cisco at 123. Just write your own password. Mine, and always use Cisco at 123 and start. Alright, so when you log in, when you have created an account, you'll come up with this setup a window. So system name, let's say we want to call our wireless LAN controller as Gtech wireless LAN controller, right? And then you come under management IP address. You know very well, it's the same IP address that you see here. Okay. All right. Then subnet mask class C.0. Default gateway, you know very well, 50.1. Okay. Management VLAN, very important. It's 50. Our management VLAN is 50. Very important. Okay. So you have to ensure that your management VLAN is VLAN 50, or else you won't achieve the desirable results. This is a very important video. I plead with you, wherever you are watching from, ensure you subscribe to our channel. I did a lot of research to come up with this content, and I would like to present it in a way that everyone understands. Okay, just click next. Yep, thank you all. Then here is where we create Wi-Fi names. So under this scenario, we're just going to create a test one that we are going to delete later. Okay, just say test at 1 2 3 4. Okay, and I copy that one. I copy and I paste there. We are going to delete it, so it won't matter for us because we're going to delete it. Click next. Leave this one the way it is. Click next and confirm if everything is okay the way you want. Okay, this is a very important part. Okay, and just click apply and apply. All right, so after that one, let's close that one. You don't need to wait it. So as you know, this WLC is now in VLAN 50, but this guy now, it doesn't have any VLAN, meaning it cannot reach this guy. You remember very well, we allocated a management VLAN to this WLC. So this guy cannot reach it because this guy is not associated with any VLAN. So what we do, we just remove that cable there. We come to this switch and we plug into any port. In that case, we've done port FA0/7. /7. Okay. All right. So we have to make this guy to be in the same VLAN with this guy here. Okay. So this is VLAN. This is FA0/7. So just go to that switch, then come to config. For quick configuration, just click on FA0/7, right? Then under VLAN, click on VLAN and choose VLAN 50 management. So this guy now here is in the same VLAN with this guy here, so they can communicate. So let's just wait until this one turns green, then we try to ping. So for that case, just do this. I just do extended ping. Yep, so I'll just include T here to do an extended ping. So we will wait until it pings. Yeah, so you can see when I put my cursor over that switch, you can see FA0/7, it's up VLAN 50, right? Okay, so let's just see. Good. So you can see it's now communicating to the other guy because the other guy is VLAN 50. Good. So just cancel there. Then we go back to our normal web browser and we access the wireless LAN controller from this browser. It was 192.168. It's 50.5. Yeah. Then you hit enter. You receive this error here, meaning you have to add S. Just make it HTTPS and hit enter. Now let's log in. The password, it was admin and password was Cisco at 123, and we just log in and give it time to load. And now we begin configuration. Good. So here is our the interface of the wireless LAN controller. The first thing that you can do, which is very important, you come and check under wireless to see if there's any AP that is associated with the wireless LAN controller, and you see everything is blank. Okay, so what you do is very important. You go to every AP, just click every AP and drag the power supply and put it there. And then we go to controller. So this is where we are going to do a lot of work. Under the controller tab, click on the controller first. Okay, So this is where we're going to do a lot of tasks. So when you reach under controller, we are going to do what's called interfaces. For VLAN 10, VLAN 20, 30, and 50. So just click on the interface there. So you can see the first interface was created while we were when we were setting up the wireless LAN controller. Okay, the initial setup, which is the management. For VLAN, for virtual, it also created there. Okay, so this one that we included actually a VLAN ID, and you can remember. So we're going to create a new one. We're going to create 4 of them. Okay, for VLAN 10, 20, 30, and 50. So just click on create there. Okay, and there. So interface name, let's just say VLAN 10. VLAN 10, VLAN ID is 10, and you just apply. Okay, very important. Yep. So when you reach here, the most important thing here is to check on the following things that I'm going to tell you. Be very careful, because if you miss here, you are going to comment down that your AP is not working. The most important thing here, ensure you see this port number, confirm it on the wireless LAN controller side. Which port is connected with this port? Which port is this one? Is the first port. So, sorry. So you check the port that connects to the switch from the wireless LAN controller, and you put it there. You see it this port. So you just put your cursor there, and you see it's gig 01. So it's port 1. If you miss that one, it won't work. So just ensure it's port 1 there, okay? The port that connects to your LAN is this port, okay? Okay, so after indicating that it's port 1, now you come under interface address. So under interface address, we also have to allocate IP address to a sub interface, to a VLAN interface on the wireless LAN controller. The same way we allocated IP address to a sub interface of the router. So you can see for sub interface that represent VLAN 10, it was given 192.168.10.1. So in this case, we can give it any IP address. Let's assume we give it maybe 10. What should we give? Maybe 10.2. Yes, 10, the second IP address, or the third, or the fifth, or the sixth, as long as it's not been occupied. So in this case, let me just give it dot 7. Okay, all right. Then the net mask is 255 class C, and the default gateway you know very well is 10.1. The default gateway remains on the route. Okay. Okay. All right. That's very important. So you have to ensure that it's port 1 that connects to our switch, this one. Okay, you have to indicate. Okay, then you have to assign that interface IP address. Okay, and that IP address should not be it should not be already given to another host. It should be free. Okay, all right. Then finally, which is very important, you have to tell that interface that our DHCP server is this guy. You have to tell this LAN controller that the DHCP server is this guy. So just include the IP address of the DHCP server there. It was 1.5. All right. Okay. So just confirm if everything is okay. Port 1 is okay. Interface IP address is okay. The DHCP server IP address is okay, and apply. Give it time to load. and we move on to the next one. Okay, all right. So this one has been saved. This one has been saved. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to create for VLAN 20, but for VLAN 30 and 50, I'm going to do it very fast to save time. Okay, so we just go back, there. So you see, it's here. VLAN 10 is here. All right, so we just create a new one, which is VLAN 20, another interface. Okay, so we just do it very fast. VLAN 20. That VLAN is 20. Then you apply, and we proceed to the settings. So when we reach here, it was always port 1. It's the port 1 that connects us to our switch. Then IP address, very important. IP address, you can make it 20.7 because it's VLAN 20. Don't mix up things. So 255.255.255.0. Gateway 20.1. Don't mix up .1. Okay, and our DHCP server, you know very well the other guy, which is 1.5. And now everything just in order. Just need to do from there to here and ensure that if it's VLAN 20, the correct subnet, the port that connects you to the switch, the DHCP server remains the same, and apply. So I do the remaining one very fast to save time. Okay, so guys, basically I was trying to create for VLAN 50 and I encountered error because it was already created here. So I forgot that it was already created. So you only create for VLAN 10, 20, and 30. VLAN 50 was already created here. You see it here, okay? Alright, so we're done with creating the interfaces on the wireless LAN controller. So what we do, we go back to VLANs, which is the final point and the most important point. So we said that while setting up this wireless LAN controller the first time, we created a test Wi-Fi name. So what we do, we just remove it. So after removing it, we create a new one. So we just click on go here. Okay, create a new one. This is a very big lab that needs us to be very keen. Yeah. So we want how many Wi-Fi names? IT, HR, finance, and management. So I just come there and just say this is IT. Okay, and this guy to be IT Wi-Fi. The profile name to be IT Wi-Fi. Okay, and SSD to be IT, just IT. The one that you see on your phone or the laptop to be IT, but the profile name to be IT Wi-Fi. Okay, ID, just leave it the way it's auto-generated, so it has nothing to do with our configuration. Yeah, just click apply. So yep. So when you click apply, it brings you here. So what you do, just click enabled. Okay, all right. Then the most important part. Remember, this is IT. IT is in which department? I mean, is in which VLAN? VLAN 10. So under interfaces, you click on interfaces and you select VLAN 10. Very important and very interesting. Then you come to security. This is where you set up your password. You choose on this one, WPA2. Okay. Then ensure you tick WPA2 policy. All right. So after that one, PSK. PSK is where appreciate key. So that's our password, where we write our password. Let's just assume we write our password as Cisco at 123. Or I just write it somewhere and paste it. Yeah, Cisco at 123, no problem. Good. Then the most, also the other important part, we are not done yet. We just indicated our password here. So we have to come to under advanced, see? Then you scroll down. ensure you scroll down and tick on this Flex Connect Local. Okay. Do we really need to take this one also? Flex Connect Local Auth. No, 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 no. Can I remember that? Flex Connect Local Auth. Okay, just ensure you tick it. Yep. So tick the two and save. Ensure you tick Flex Connect local switching and local authentication. Okay. Alright, and click OK. Then you go ahead to create another VLAN by the name HR Wi-Fi. So I will do. Okay, now it's saved. Ensure you save again here. Okay, then you go back now. So when you go back, you can see a VLAN ID is that one. Type this one. Proper name that one. It's this one and this one and this one. Okay, so just create a new one. So let me explain the second one, then the third one and the fourth one. Do it very fast each time. So this is HR Wi-Fi. SSID to be HR. Okay. Then click apply. Then show you enable. Then choose the right one. VLAN 20. So for management Wi-Fi, we are going to choose management interface. Okay. But being that this is HR belongs to VLAN 20, we choose VLAN 20. Okay. Come to security and WPA, that one. Then peer-to policy, pre-shared key. I want the key to be Cisco at 123. Cisco at 123. Yep. Then we're not done yet. Let's come to advanced and enable the Flex Connect. Okay. Enable the two. If it doesn't work, I'll come and disable the second one. Okay. I don't remember the second one very clearly, but you can do more research. I believe it works. Click apply. You save and I proceed to 30 and 50 very fast save time. Remember, for VLAN 50, we're going to select management interface. Okay. So for VLAN 50, we're going to select this one. Okay. All right. So okay, so as you can see, we have created all the required VLANs. So what's remaining is just to go on the access points and see whether they are actually synchronizing. And before I do that, I forgot to mention something. Let's go back to controller. Then go back to interfaces. Then VLAN, the management VLAN. I needed to go inside here and do some configuration. Remember, we also have a VLAN, DHCP server that provides IP address to management VLAN. So you have to specify it. You have to specify that here. Just click on it and give it time to load here. So it's in port 1. That's okay. This one is stick by default because it's the management one. Then we have to specify the IP address for DHCP server here. It's a big lab actually. That's why I wanted all of us to be to be patient. Yeah. And you see. So guys, we are done with the wireless LAN controller configuration. So what you can do, just save the configuration. Before you save the configuration, ensure you save the packet tracer, because sometimes when you try to save the wireless LAN controller configuration, it hangs and the system closes the packet tracer unexpectedly, so you might lose your work. So ensure you save the packet tracer first, then now save the wireless LAN controller configuration. Yep, so that's saved, so there's no problem. So what we do, we go to each access point. Okay, just go to each access point. Okay, so change it to DHCP. You see, it's picking. It's picking. Let's go to where is gigabit Ethernet. Yeah, you see, it's picking the management VLAN. Okay, very good. So we go to config, then you go to DHCP, and you see it's picking the management IP address. Okay, good. So let's do that here. Also, this guy here, meaning our DHCP server is working perfectly. Good. Alright, so being that this was a trunk that was actually associated with the native VLAN, the native VLAN was actually our management VLAN. So these guys here are being associated with the management VLAN or the native VLAN. Okay, alright. So even if you try to hover, you can see all the VLANs have already been provided. So if you try to connect, let's just go to this tablet there. Then oops, just a minute. Just go to where is it? Yeah, I just go to config here, then to wireless, and I need to make it IT, then WPSK, which is the password to make it. It's Cisco at 123. That's my password. So you can write yours. Then I just come to desktop and make this one to be DHCP and leave it there. So you see it's already connected to this one. And if I try to hover this PC, you will see it has IP address of 10 dot. So let's try. See, 192.168, 10 dot. Very important. So let's go to this PC here and connect it, and we'll see. I'll do the rest very fast. Good. So let's see this one. It will pick 20.11, and this guy here, it will 30 dot something. This one should pick 40 dot something, 50 dot something. You see. So guys, basically I think this was a very important class, and what I've just shown you here, it's what we've been doing in the real world. When maybe we are being called as contractors to do wireless networks, this is what we do. So I've given you a knowledge that is very hard to find. This is a very important class, and moving forward, any project that we're going to do, we're going to employ this method of wireless LAN controller configuration. It's a very and rare skills that you will find on YouTube, but I dedicated my time, I did my research, I tested a lot of labs. For me to reach to a solution, I did a lot of labs. It was not working. I try again. It was not working until I achieved it. So the ball is now on your court. Proceed it, share with others, and develop on yourself. I wish you all the best, and please subscribe to this channel. Share with friends. Like this video, and in case you have any doubt, any question, please write on the comment section of this video. Bye, and see you again in the next class. Thank you all.